In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how your web application for the Northwind Shop as part of IA2, this project, the digital solution, how that could look and how it should function using the Northwind database and the Northwind Shop that I've created as an example. So throughout the video, I'm going to be referring to the list of functionality that must be included. This comes from, as you know, the technical proposal. And the first thing that we're going to look at is validating user account registration and login input. So the first on our list of the required functionality. So we'll head on over to the Northwind Shop and have a look at validating registration or login input as well. So when we're talking about validating user account registration and login input, we're ensuring that what the user enters in our form fields here is valid so that we don't get errors or invalid data in our database. For example, if we try and register for a customer account using our registration form and we've omitted the @ symbol, our email address is invalid. So what our form should actually do then is tell us that and not submit our form and insert a new row into our customers table in our database. Another example is if we get the correct format for our emails and they both match, however our passwords don't match, we'll again get an error message saying our passwords don't match, and likewise our customer won't be able to register for an account and our customers table in our Northwind database won't be updated. Now, while we're on our customer registration page, I'll just demonstrate. You can see how about halfway down there it says in our list of functionality that we need to allow customers to register for an account. So I'll demonstrate that as well. So let's create an email address. And then we hit register. If all goes to plan, our new customer will be registered in our customers table in our database. So if I go to customers table and then to our latest rows, you'll see at last row 104, we've got this new user, Henry Henryson, that I've just created, and his information is there. Validating login input is much the same as validating our user account registration input in our form. You just need to, for example, make sure that the password matches what's in the database or that the user actually enters data in those fields at all. The next item on our list is, it says there, upon login, authenticate users and provide applicable functionality based on account type. So a bit further down it says allow customers to register for an account, update account and payment information, browse items for sale and sort the results, view order history and view existing order status. It should also allow administrators to add, delete, update stock inventory data from a CSV file, generate stock inventory reports and manage customer orders and payments. So this Northwind Shop website has two account types. We've got customers and administrators. So I'll log in as a customer and just demonstrate some of the functionality listed there. For example, we can view a list of items for sale and obviously purchase those or add them to our shopping cart. We can sort the results by the name of those as well as the price. We can also edit our contact details using the update account details form. We can change our password if we like, and we can view our existing orders and the status of those. For example, the most recent order from the 20th of April hasn't been completed yet because the delivery method is pick up and we haven't gone to the Northwind Shop and picked those items up just yet. So I'll log out as the customer and log in as an administrator such as me. So I created this thing. and I'll just demonstrate what administrators can do. So they should be able to do those things listed there at the bottom. And if we go to my account, again, we've got different functions that we can operate. So for example, as an administrator, I can edit details, change password and remove account, but I can also manage stock, which is referring to updating the products table in our database via a CSV file. So on our desktop, we've got a products.csv file that is exported from our database. So I could update our quantity field for one of our products and then on our website upload that CSV file from our desktop to our server, and you can see there our quantity has updated from what it was on before to 10 that I entered in the CSV file. And I'll also show you that in our database that's also happened as well. So the reason you want to be able to update your stock inventory from a CSV file like I've just demonstrated is because a lot of the administrators who would be working in a shop like the lorry shop, they're not going to be able to use the back end like a database. So a CSV file is much more manageable and mirrors what we would do in the real world more closely. Another item of administrator functionality is to generate reports, and all that does in my case is outputs what's in our products table as we just updated, and users can actually print that by clicking the print button if they like. We can also manage customer orders, which is also a requirement, and then see, for example, a list of all the orders in our orders table, all the customers who are related to those orders, as well as the products that they've ordered. And we can set those to, as an administrator, you can set those to whether they've been completed or not. For example, whether they've been shipped and received or picked up from the uniform shop and received. We can also sort that table however we like according to our drop-down box here. Now let's have a look at processing customer orders and payments and updating our stock inventory in our database, as well as storing session data for shopping cart functionality and storing all transaction history information. So we're logged in as an administrator. I'll log out and log in as a customer, such as, not me, a Moreno, who is one of our loyal customers. And then we'll purchase some beverages from our products page. So let's add a couple of items to our shopping cart, such as Chang and Sasquatch Ale. Go to our shopping cart, and you can see there our shopping cart lists what we've just added to it. I can update the quantities and our total updates, which reflects that. If I'm happy with what I've got in my shopping cart, I can proceed to checkout, or I could, for example, remove one of our items and then proceed to checkout, which I'm going to do now. We would need to complete the billing information and then hit make payment to commit our payment. So we've completed the billing information. We can go back and edit our card if we like, but we can also make payment. And there you see, according to our website, our payment's been received. Thank you very much. Let's just have a look in our database now at whether our order in fact correctly went through. You can see there the order date for the 27th of April looks correct. That's the only order I've made on testing today, so our order has in fact gone through. Now, if I go back to our Northwind Shop website and have a look in Moreno's account, you can see there the order we just made is in his list of, or her list of orders. So in other words, we've got a list there of all the transactions that old Moreno has made with the Northwind Shop. And also, before I forget, I'll just demonstrate that our Sasquatch Ale, the quantity of that has in fact gone down to 94 because Moreno just bought one of those. It's also worth just explaining in a little more detail what is happening on our beverages page or our products page when I'm adding items to our shopping cart. So if I click add to cart, you can see there in the top right my shopping cart icon and a little number next to that. That number just represents how many items are in my shopping cart. And now if I go to my shopping cart, obviously those items that I've just pressed add to cart on have added to our shopping cart. I can update those as I demonstrated before, or I can remove those and that number is updated as a reflection of that. So the key to that functionality is the use of sessions, so storing information in session variables or a session array if you like, as the user navigates different pages on our website. It doesn't matter which page on my website I go to, it's still maintaining that data in our session array. So finally, if we go back to our list of functionality, our fourth one down there says generate confirmation of purchase and order status messages sent via email or SMS for customers. Don't worry too much about that. I've had a go at doing it, but you need, in my case, Gmail or the school to provide details on how to do that. It's a little more complex than we first thought, so don't worry about doing that one too much. Focus on the other stuff. So that's it for this demonstration of the Northwind Shop, which obviously interacts with the Northwind relational database and serves as an example of what your website could look like and how it potentially should function. There's some links to resources in the description, so be sure to check those out for further guidance.